Subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications for the latest updates. Latest on what is now Tropical Storm Cristobal in the southern bay of Campeche, reconnaissance aircrafts have found the storm to have winds of 40 miles an hour and a minimum pressure of 1,004 millibars this June the 2nd at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. That's what we're running with right now. The storm is currently located at 19.3 degrees north, 92.7 degrees west, a stage 3 on the CDPS scale for the Campeche region and Veracruz region. Significant damage possible, not necessarily because of the winds, but because of the fact that it's going to be staying in the same place for almost 3 days. Rainfall could be very extensive. Distance from shore right now, pretty close. 53 miles from Frontera, from Paraíso, 70 miles, from Campeche itself, 146, and then for regions up where this could end up heading later this week into the weekend, Houston, 740 miles away, and New Orleans, 751 miles away. Tropical storm warnings currently in place from Campeche to Puerto de Veracruz in Mexico right now. No warnings for the United States or other regions of Mexico yet. However, later this week, this could change as the storm potentially moves northwards, as you'll see in this GFS run right here. This is the 12Z GFS run rendering out. Notably, the GFS and European actually moved this system inland, dissipate it, and potentially have a separate system, which would be Dolly if that somehow happened, become a dominant system afterwards, moving north through the Gulf of Mexico into the southeastern United States, ranging from anywhere from Florida, really, all the way to Texas at this time. However, there is still a chance in what the NHT is currently going with that Cristobal survives all the way through and is potentially the main storm that ends up threatening land. Sea surface temperature is pretty warm right now for the storm, 29s, 28s all around the vicinity of it, particularly 28s in the northern Gulf, where it could be slightly colder but still conducive enough for development. So we are expecting gradual intensification of Cristobal over the next several days, so long as it doesn't move too far inland and completely disintegrate itself. Which is what this GFS model shows, though. It's just moving southeast into the Campeche region would be one of the first storms to make landfall, moving this direction into it and dissipating mostly inland over Mexico, just like Amanda did a few days ago from the Pacific side, but then a completely separate system emerging out of that, moving this weekend to the north into the Gulf of Mexico, and potentially making a landfall along the Gulf Coast of the United States, although the exact location for that is way too early to determine. Currently, chance of tropical storm force winds Frontera 80%, close enough that if the storm keeps its current track, it could get conditions. Paraíso 70% as well, and Campeche itself, at least for the very short term, 55%. However, for Campeche, these odds probably will go up as a trend develops if the storm doesn't move too far inland and disintegrate before it can impact there. Here's the HWR wind swath for the next 126 hours. You can see it actually makes it a hurricane, one of the few models that does that. However, this is particularly unlikely unless we see some rapid intensification, which is very unlikely again. So probably tropical storm at most out of this for now. Rain, though, this is going to be the main threat, though. Potential for well over 16 inches localized in some areas, which is why the CDPS rating is a stage 3 instead of a stage 2 or 1 at the time, like we see all with Bertha or Arthur. A significant threat to land right now with that rainfall and flooding potential, as there's already been lots of rain there occurring over the past several days from when this was Amanda and when it was a disturbance as well. Here's the latest satellite imagery. You can see the storm pretty well defined now, looking much better organization-wise than it was yesterday. A lot more convection over the center of the storm, with still significant convection over the Campeche region of the Yucatan of Mexico as well. We're going to stay with you for the latest updates on this as we watch it over the next few days. Make sure to stay with us for the latest. You can follow us on our outlets, force13.com for web articles and the live cyclone tracker. You can also find us here on YouTube. If you're not watching here already, make sure to subscribe. We're also on Facebook. It's Force13 to find our latest posts there. And we're also on Twitter. It's @Force13 to ask us a question on that platform. You can also help the project become even better by becoming a patron. More information can be found at patreon.com/force13, or you can become an ultimate fan right here on YouTube for perks and to directly support the project and our future endeavors in these times. You can also find us on Discord to communicate with us on our Discord server. Link is in the description below, and you can message Fool13 at extension 9094.